Out here this morning with the birds chirping and sitting outside. Uh, Turbulent sleep last night. So I was having epiphanies in my life. I'm not gonna talk about what I've done because I don't think it needs to be talked about, but I do feel some kind of way about it. Accidents that I have taken. So I'm out this morning. I'm smoking a blackened M81 Maduro cigar. In case you wonder what I'm smoking, drinking a cup of coffee latte, caramel caramel latte. Mm. The cigar pairing quite well with it. So don't normally talk about pairing something with a cigar, but if you must, there it goes for you. Um, the pool is actually really clear today. Uh, it's doing its thing. Uh, the parts setting out here, you can hear the birds chirping in the background, which is pretty cool. Um, this is what I know. So I really have been thinking about some things. I told you guys on my thing that I am putting together. I want to start the first one in the home state of Alabama. I have various family, friends, cousins, everybody reaching out to me on the book about other things, which I am more than willing to do. But this first thing I want to do is to make sure that everybody comes to this, and that we make it plausible and take out all the reasons for you not to show up and to not to indulge in. So as I begin to do that, you'll see another post here in a few minutes after I get switch over to the other side of my back patio uh, to create the flyer. It's already done. That flyer, we will stick with that theme and that mantra, the gathering 2025. Uh, the next thing I'm going to do from entities of the family is to be able to look for uh, like-minded people. Don't want to bicker about money, who to invite, who not to invite. Uh, Listen, this is going to be epic for my families. And when I mean it, I mean all families. It ain't a Washington thing. It ain't a Clay thing. It ain't a Fennell Tucker. It's not any of that. What it is being able to, I think I said Clay. Yeah, check it in. It's not to leave anyone out. It's just to embrace our families, man. Our families are huge. And uh, I want to spend time with my family. I want to create a legacy and love for one another that we can share things uh, about our family to our younger generations of kids who can be proud of the things that we've done and so forth, so on like that. So from family history, not only just knowing the family history, but knowing entities and things about our family so that we can do that. So that's a passion of mine now in my that I've just come up with in my retirement sitting around. I've just been sitting around and just doing piddling with different other things. But meaningful things have to happen. And so in those meaningful things, I am going to take on the back end of my life and trace down genealogy, trace down, and hopefully to have it published so that everybody can get a copy of it on both sides of the family. You know what I'm saying? To where it traces out to see our lineages, to see what great people we have or that we are tied to, connected to, what our names come from. Um, those are some of the things that I want to start doing and creating that type of environment to be able to do that. Uh, what's up, Uncle Roger? That's Uncle Roger down there at the bottom commenting, y'all. It is so good to see him out there, man. Lovely, lovely, lovely uncle of mine. Uh, he's my uncle. That's basically what I'll say. He's my uncle through marriage, but he's still my uncle, y'all. That's the way I look at it. And that's the thing about it is that like when you're family, that's the type of man that I am. You know what I mean? I don't see my wife's daughter as my stepdaughter. I see her as my daughter, and I think I've talked about this on the lives before because it's I got it from Arthur Eugene Tucker, a man who didn't treat us as his stepkids but as his kid once he married my mother, and I give him credit for that because uh, he was the first resemblance of a father that I knew was the fact that he done that. So I've always done that in all my entities of life that I've taken on whatever, whoever was about married, I've taken on their kids as my kid. And I still do see them as my kid, whether I have a relationship with them or don't have a relationship with them. Playing integral parts of their life and getting them through certain things is a, a thing. And, you can't tell a kid or anybody else how to think, but all you can do is be that person. And that's all I'm trying to do in life, man. On the back end of my life is be something that is positive, something that makes a difference to those around you. And this is what I do. This is how I talk. This is how I release. This is how I communicate. And I don't, you know, not wanting to make people feel like, he's shut. No, I'm not. If you do something that you love, that's what it is. And this is what I do know, and this is what I'll say. It don't matter. It does not matter how you portray or present yourself. You're gonna have some naysayers. You're going to have people that say, "Hey, he's showing off. He's doing this. He's doing that." So forth, so on, like that. It don't matter what I done. If I walked on water, right, there would be like somebody in the background as I'm walking on the water would say, "I bet you he can't swim." Now, it would be somebody in that background to say to you that I just done a phenomenal feat, which is walking on the water. I walked on the water, and you were standing in the background saying, "Man, I bet you that motherfucker can't swim." Because you are trying to take away from the phenomenal feat that someone has just done. You know, it's going to always be something. It's going to always be somebody that tries to tear down what you've done because it's never going to be good enough. It's never going to be where you can keep your mouth shut and not complain because you're going to have those people. And what you have to do is for a person that is trying to move the needle forward, you have to accept that that's what you're going to encounter. And if you don't get involved in the situation. Don't do that because you're gonna find yourself frustrated. You're gonna find yourself upset. You're gonna find listen. This is what I'm saying to you. At the gathering 2025, whether two of you show up or 20 of you show up or 500 of you show up at the gathering, whether one person participates, zero people participate, or try to get this off the ground, it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It will be broadcasted like this at some point in time. I'll put together a video of the gathering. The people that I'm talking to, we'll try to link in some families when I get ready to start talking about it, which will be next week. I will link in people to be able to ask why they think this is necessary or why they don't think it's necessary. I don't want to get some debatable people on there, and I'm hoping that it comes out and it goes well with one another. People are going to be scared not to talk or do whatever, but I'm going to get them set up and get it put on uh, and and have one of the talk. I have the talks with the family. So the gathering is it's going to happen, guys. Um, it is going to happen. I'm talking about this over a cigar and a coffee, a cigar and a drink. And again, I'm smoking the blackened M81, and that's what the label looks like at the top. And then it has a band that's across the bottom that says M81. I'm gonna see if I can find the band. But until I find it, this is what I'm trying to do. And as I'm trying to do that, I'm also reflecting on my own life, on the things that uh, you know, one of the things that I realized as a father and as a man that's raising a young girl is that you have to recognize who your kids are, what they are, and I do that. You know what I mean? Like my daughter just came back from her mom's, and I allow her to just chill out and relax because she goes through so much at the beginning of the school year and whatever people always ask me, why do you let her do this? Because, when I was a kid, I wanted the opportunity to just relax and whatever. Never got it because I was always either doing something, chopping wood, baling hay, uh, slopping hogs, uh, you name it. They had us doing it, man. It was always something. We had fun. We rode bikes. We played basketball. We done all kind of things like that. But in the same token, uh, just to chill and do what you want to do. And when I see that happiness, that pride that she gets in being able to be herself, it makes me happy. It really makes me happy. It makes me enchanted to want to continue to be the type of father that I am. So I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty cognizant of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. So it's a great feeling. And life teaches, like when I put out, life is teaching me a lesson that I just can't get over. People over this last month have really been showing me what actions look like. It doesn't matter how much you pour into them. It doesn't matter how much you do this or do that. They will continue to remind you that sometimes it's just not feasible for them to consider um, actions that are detrimental to a relationship, um, whether it be friendship, whether it be home life, whether it be whatever. And when that happens, the person on the end of that, whoever it may be, will be taught lessons. They will be taught life lessons. They will be taught uh, things that make them uh, function or deal with things in a certain way. And no one can take away with how you feel. No one can. I don't want to take away from the way that anybody feels. If you feel that way, whether it's valid or not valid, I've always said that is viable for you. And when you do that type of stuff, that's what it is. So I see people every day uh, coming on this platform, talking, dealing with things. And this is what I know. I don't know what your situation is. I don't know how your situation turns out or how you deal with things. That's my little plug, y'all. Rosie Rose. We out here every morning. We have a ritual, and I'm sorry for veering off that comment. But the way you feel is the way you feel. That's Rosie, my pug. We have a morning ritual that includes her snacks. Once I let her out, it's water, food, and her snacks. So I found these little meaty, chewable dog treats. She loves them, engulfs them. So I give her 5 or 6 of those and a hard dog biscuit. But food, she's a free feeder, so I free feed her throughout the day. Her and the birds in the backyard, I free feed them. Uh, I got some fat ass birds in my backyard because they eat part of her dog food. Uh, uh, and we sit out here and I smoke a cigar, drink my coffee, orange juice, whatever it is, eat my bread. If I don't boil the eggs or done whatever, I sit up and I eat my breakfast. She eats her treats and she barks at whatever moves across the backyard. So we do that and set up in the morning time doing those type of things. It's such a blessing to be able to do that. Uh, you know, the sun is coming out. Man, it was hotter than fish grease yesterday in Oklahoma. I don't know what it was like wherever you live at, but in Oklahoma, man, was it hot? Man, it was hotter than fish grease out here yesterday. And uh, it's just one of those things. Well, it's Saturday. Um, and I'm sitting in the backyard after our morning ritual. And then, I would normally come on here and do this, but I've taken a break from it. But now I'm trying to get back in it and start promoting it and talking and setting and doing whatever. You will see this scene pool in the background, wherever I may do it, from whatever vantage point I may do it at. This is where I would do it, whether it be on the back porch or in front of the army flag or doing one of those things. Gonna do that. So, I'm always on here talking about this speaker that I have, the Hyperboom. And my neighbor down the street, uh, I have neighbors who are moving out the neighborhood that have been here ever since I've been here. I think it's 7 years now. Yeah, almost 7 years that I've lived here where I've lived at. And they're starting to move to different parts of the city, whether it be for school purposes, whatever it may be. And I understand what people are doing or trying to do. But this is what I would tell you. I come from a small town. I come from a small town called Hollywood, Alabama. There is no major food chains. There is no major grocery store, actually, and it's been that way for 53 years of my life. They have not let outside entities in, and they probably won't. in my lifetime. There are gas stations and convenience stores. The gas station right there off of 72, I think it is 72. It's either 72 or 24. I can't say which one it is, but they make a mean pizza, right? Really mean pizza. So uh, a plant just fell over, so I'm gonna have to get that here in a minute. Oh, but I need to get dirt out of it. It fell over because the wind is hopping here in Oklahoma right now. We have some gusty wind. It's making itself very well known. But they haven't let anybody in that town and city of this country. I went in uh, to. Oh, by the way, I'll be back home in July for a whole week. You know, stay a week to try to honor some things. And when I come in that week, hopefully I'll have the home committee of people who would like to sit down and talk about this gathering. I'm going to listen to everybody's feedback about it and just go from there. Um, Listen, one of the things that I always have believed in is inclusion until you don't include yourself anymore. And if you choose to not include yourself, that's important for you. You know what I mean? That's important for you not to include you. That's your choice, man. And am I mad about it? No. If you don't want to participate, that's okay. I'm 100% okay with that, guys. So I just want to put that out there in the forefront and understand that you chose not to participate, and that's fine. I won't mention you. I won't talk about you. I won't try to shame you or anything of that nature like most people do. Not getting ready to do that. I'm trying to get out of the business of being a negative Nanny when it comes to stuff like this because I realize that life is too short and you've got to move forward and make things happen the way that you want them to happen. You can either sit up and talk about it or you can create something that is going to be able to resonate with people and be able to see that. I want you to follow this process with me. This year-long process. It's going to be a year-long process for the gathering. I want to be able to chronicle this as something that we've done for our family because there have been others that have done it. They've come across it and said the homeland stuff like that. I mean, don't want to take away from anything that anybody has done uh, for our families because we've had the big gatherings. You know what I'm saying? We've had the whatchamacallit, but this gathering, the gathering will be an event, and then I'm trying to decide whether it's just going to be a one-day event so that people can just come, have a good time, and just let it go, or it's going to be a 2-day event, 3-day event, depending upon what we decide to put into the gathering. Because some people just want to sit around, and then the other days you can hang out with who you want to, go see who you want to, and ensure that it's done. And I want to be able to do it in a manner that it gives all families time to try to come in from New York, Detroit, all of that. This first one will be at the homestead in Alabama because this is where we're from. 2026. Uh, Honestly, I would like to do the gathering at Detroit or California or something like that, because we have a contingency of family in those places that can bring all of that family together as well. You know, to come into California, we have Los Angeles people, we have Detroit people, we have Georgia people, we have people all over this continent that I would love to meet. I've got family that I haven't connected with, and I would love to do that. So in me trying to be able to set this up, it's just the start of something. So I want to travel with this. Having a cousin contact me wanting to do a cousin's cruise. And it will be some cousins that can't afford to do this or do whatever, but it's the point of getting family together to spend time together, getting to know one another. It's shameful that, and I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying? It's shameful that part of my life that I live the way I live and I have not met the extended family. I want to go to Dayton, Ohio, uh, to hang out with my sister and her side of the family. You don't know about Allie Landers, that's one of my dad's kids, that her family, meet her brothers, do all of that, you know, headed to Iowa to hang out with family. You know, I just want to spend that time and do it like this to the point to where we can sit down and have conversations and talks of this nature. So where I can spend. So I am going to chronicle the back end of my life and get this done. So I am going to get up off of here. I've taken my time to be able to do what I need to do to have the well, I finished the latter half of my cigar. Love you guys. Man, I appreciate my family. I appreciate all those who have done things before to get our family together. But it's time to put the things aside uh, and just get back to doing what we do. I can remember my cousin Don, I don't know, barbecue grill, doing his thing, man, just grilling, getting the meats ready for the family, doing all of that kind of stuff, man. And it was just thing. The guys was out there under the pavilion, at the home sites, and just barbecuing out there. You know what I mean? And getting things done, just sitting out under there, and how we used to sit there and just watch the family just get together on the picnic tables, whatever it may be. We was out there doing it. So I want to try to get back to that. So if I can, I would greatly appreciate it. If we can't, I understand. You know, something just some people have went to a different level. But I just want you all to know, my family, that I love you, that you are cherished by me, and thank you for everything you've done for the promotion of family. And I'm saying that to everyone who has contributed, participated. No one's journey is bigger than the other, and you do it because you can, or you do it because you want to. Should not be to gain recognition. So thank you. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day.